right, welcome again to part 2 of this process of mixing, editing, and sound design in Reaper. And this is the non-echoey version. Last time I was echoing all over the place. And so today I'm eating. I'm going to have to go back and figure out how many of these I'm eating in, but it just seems to be a good time to do this sort of thing. Okay, so where were we? Last time I was looking at the lines from the first part. So let's go over here and actually let me close this. I don't need this one open. There we go. Okay. There it is. Script. So I was going through the different takes and seeing which ones I liked, and then I realized that I needed to cut it up into clips like you see here for each take, and I'll explain why in a minute. But first, let us go to the handy digital assistant, and we will say, set a timer for 10 minutes.
Okay, 10 minutes. Starting.
All right, and we'll try to get more done this time. So as you can see here, I've cut these lines here into, these are actually different takes of the same file. And I split them up because when you get lines separately like this, the actor will give you a couple different inflections or more, depending on short lines like this one here. We'll have maybe 4 inflections.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See? And that's helpful because when you don't have the two people interacting together in the same room, a certain inflection might work better than another one when they're responding to what's said by the other person, which is easier, like I said, if they're in the room, but if they're not, you have to go about it this way. So you're probably wondering, where's the other person? We have to find him. And I believe this is the one. Let's see. Jessup. Yes. Okay. So this is the one that was missing, it says.
Sasquatch missing line, Glenn. You came highly recommended. Again. You came highly recommended. Again. You came highly recommended. Again. You came highly recommended. Again.
Okay. We get it. This is my first time hearing him. So, I mean, hearing the original lines because it was all edited for me. But like I said, I'm going from scratch. So I think we want do we want the old one or the new one? This is the thing you have to find out, especially when someone else sends you their project files. This was originally someone else's project. And I see I've used up almost 3 of my minutes, so let's keep this moving here.
Summer sent an encoded burst to stations Hellsbrook and Winter Haven.
That's not it.
Also speak fluent Aggie. Again. Guns and Multispectrum. Sasquatch Episode 1. Jessup. By Glenn Hallstrom. Beautiful, isn't she?
Okay, we're on the right track. So let's insert a new track. And then we'll come over here. I will drop in right there, and Reaper naturally names it to the name of the file. Wow, are his levels high? Look at that. That's hot. As in volume, heat.
I've been a sculpture.
So just let's solo it.
Our onboard labs and facilities are going to be the pride of the fleet, eventually.
So what we're going to do is the same thing we did with the other one. I'm going to come over And we're going to go to properties. No, not source properties, but item properties. There we go. Take envelopes, volume, and now what we're going to do is we're going to turn him down. Okay. There we go.
Initially. Her onboard labs and facilities are going to be with a secondary as an EMT. Not the easiest track. You also speak fluent Agate. Again.
Argaean.
You also speak fluent Agate. Oh, how do you pronounce that? Well, okay.
Okay, so I could tell I had some trouble with that. Let me see if I can find one that's not so.
Yeah, but he's probably the best commanding officer I ever known. Yeah, but he's probably the best commanding officer I ever known.
Okay, not him. And this one is only a missing line. This is "You came highly recommended." So it sounds like, which is at the end of his conversation with Brianna. So what it sounds like is he recorded his lines really hot, and if you look here at Brianna, she recorded her lines like this. So let's see. I want to select all of these. I'm going to bring them up to an acceptable level. I just held down shift to select all those clips. That's a handy trick. Just click here, hold down shift. There you go. Okay, so item properties. We will... Oh, okay. You can only do them one at a time. Okay, we will do them one at a time then. Okay. That's a healthy volume right there.
Absolutely beautiful. A work of space-going art. May as well have been a sculpture for all the good she was doing right now.
Okay, so we need them to start interacting with each other. So I'm just going to come over here. Where does he actually start talking would be a good point. I mean, where he starts saying his lines.
Hallstrom. Beautiful, isn't she?
Okay, there we go. That's his first line. And I'm going to go here. And then I'm going to have to cut these up. So what I'm going to do now is turn off ripple editing because I don't want it to snap right now. I just want to... There we go.
Again. Beautiful, isn't she?
Never know what you're going to get when you get these. Okay. So he has this habit of saying again, I've noticed. So I don't want to have that in there because if you just pause, we can tell that you're going to say it again. So that'll be a good rule of thumb. Why do we call it a rule of thumb? I have no idea. Okay. Don't do that.
Beautiful, isn't she? Beautiful, isn't she? Beautiful, isn't she?
Beautiful, isn't she? Okay. I get that you're a rough man. Did that came out wrong. He's a man with what do you call those people that come off as really tough and intimidating, but they're actually kind-hearted? That's what I'm thinking of. Okay, so let's go over here.
My parents always told me not to put my trust in things.
Beautiful, isn't she?
Okay, so I need to leave a little bit of a gap because in the script we have sliding doors, so it's kind of like, and then he talks. So there we go. So this here is her monologue. She's talking to herself, and
I mean, not to put
so
my trust
come
in
in here.
things.
Is that a
Not to
thud?
put my trust in things.
Okay.
Beautiful, isn't she?
I think I like that take. Let's try this one.
Beautiful, isn't she? Beautiful, isn't she?
It's a little too punchy. So let's grab this other one.
Beautiful, isn't she?
Yeah, we'll go with take one. Okay. Now this one is a possibility that I will use it, but I'm not sure. So let's I'm just going to come down here. I'm going to put it here, and I'm going to say, let's see what I have here. Brianna, maybe. Okay. And then, will this work?
Navigation and sensor system was prone to fail in certain electromagnetic conditions. These can
Oops. I just made it into a folder for everything below it. That is not what I want. Okay. Well, I'll just make this one really tiny. And it'll come in here.
My parents always told me not to put my trust in things.
Okay, so that's when he should have come in. Let's imagine the door as being about that long. Sometimes you have to imagine things that way.
Beautiful, isn't she?
Okay. And now I'll bring in the next line.
Beautiful, isn't she?
I didn't even bother to look around.
Oh, time's up. All right, well, thanks for joining me. As you can see, some things take a little extra time. But again, if you want to hear the full version, I'll put the link to that in the cards and in the description. And we'll catch you in the next episode.